Well, thanks for being with us today, Jacob and Miranda. Why don't we start off? Why don't you just introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you and your family?
Well, I'm Jake Layne. We have 4 boys, ranging from 11 to
13.
13 to 3. Yeah, my bad. We've been married for 5 years, been together for 10. That's about it.
I'm Miranda Layne.
Yeah,
Pretty much everything he said.
Okay.
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah,
for now.
Yeah.
that's good. Okay. So tell us about your life before Jesus.
We argued a lot. We did. A lot. I mean, we had a lot of good times too, but it was a lot more bad.
Money seemed to be like the main thing. We didn't like see eye to eye. We took the financial peace class, and that helped
Yeah.
get us on the same page, and we both understand what was going on, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's been a lot easier since.
Yeah.
It was always always a fight, I guess, to spend the money, figure out where it was going.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to finally be able to just agree on things. So
Yeah. And I know your life before had some wrinkles to it, so to speak.
yeah, a few wrinkles, mostly drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
So
And how long was that?
Probably since it was like high school, so I'd say about junior year, and then it just progressively got worse, and then it'd get better, and then it would get worse again.
Yeah.
I was trying to do it by myself, and that was something that you just can't do by yourself. So
Yeah.
she was always there, and that was a big help too. And that's the thing I really cherish the most, is that she stuck through it, and I always apologize to her for everything, but I mean, I guess it's what made us who we are today.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what made you become followers of Jesus?
Well, you can go.
He had to do 30 days, and his mom told him to read the book of John.
No, that was Gary.
Oh, well, he was reading like every day, and he kept telling me like on the phone, he's like, when I get out, he's like, I want to start going to church. And I was like, that's fine. Like, when I was younger, we went to church every weekend, so it wasn't like anything new. And I tried to get him to go a couple times before all that happened, and he's like, I don't want to go, I don't want to do it. So when he said, I was like, yeah, let's go.
I had been going to jail a lot.
Okay.
And that's what was my big motivation. And then finally, as the last time I was in Auglaize County, she told me, she said, I don't know how much more I can take.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like,
Sure.
and then Gary came to see me, and it was really like a shock that someone took the time out of their day, to come. And he even said, he's like, yeah, I told your mom, sure, I'll come meet this guy I've never met before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's the one that told me to read the book of John for 30 days.
Okay.
And I did that. People looked at me weird while I was in jail, but I didn't really care. And then we got out, and my mom started bringing us while she worked, and then she finally was able to come. So, and we kind of fell in love. Everybody shows us a lot of support and a lot of love.
Yeah.
Our youngest, when we pull up, he says, Mom, ask me whose church that is. I'm like, whose church is it? That's my church. I'm like, I'm glad you feel that way.
Well, that's cool. So when did you make the decision to follow Jesus, to make him the leader of your life?
I guess it was about 2 years ago.
April.
Yeah, April.
It'll be 2 years.
Yeah, April will be 2 years sobriety and for following Jesus. So.
Yeah. And you were the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Just do it together. You're togetherness.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's always been kind of a faith-based, relationship. We all both believe, but we weren't doing what we were supposed to do, so we fell away.
Yeah.
So, but we both decided to come back at the same time.
That's cool. So how has your life changed now that you've been trying to walk with Jesus?
I would say number one thing, our relationship has gotten a lot better. Relationship with our children has gotten better. And even our financial state, even though it's still stretched, we just give it to God, and it just seems to work out. That's one of
Something always comes up to like where
Yeah.
we have the money for the groceries or the gas to get to work or
Yeah.
the bill got taken out a couple days later than what it was actually going to, and he got paid. So it
Yeah.
was just like
Just little things like that, kind of.
Which add up to be big things.
Yeah, yeah, really big things. So.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. Now, I know you're able to go through discipleship, and how did that work, and how did it help you guys in your lives?
we started off doing it like as couples together,
Mm-hmm.
and then we decided that maybe it'd be easier if we did like one-on-one. So he discipled with Daryl, and I went with Pam.
Yeah.
And I seemed to get a lot more out of it because it was more like just talking to one person rather than us both trying to talk
Sure.
and get the same thing out of it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, I did mine with Daryl, and we actually went out to eat, and then we talked. So, but the book I would recommend to everybody. I love doing it, and really it kind of showed me like I guess how normal our struggles really were.
Sure.
Even just with simple stuff, the arguments and not agreeing all the time and being stretched with money. I mean, that's just normal human stuff. So,
Right.
But seeing them, they've I don't know, they're very good inspiration.
Yeah. So you say it was well worth your time to.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. So how has God been at work in your family since you've? I mean, it's one thing to work in your life, but family dynamics can be hard sometimes. How's He been working in your family?
I remember you said the one time where your kids said, or they said it like it wasn't a routine. Like where next year it's going to be like phased out. And one of our kids said that too. And he's like, well, we won't be going next year. And I was like, why won't we?
Right.
And he's like, well, because. I was like, no, we're definitely sticking this, like we're staying through it. Like we're going to go. And he's not on board with everything, but
Yeah.
Sure.
work in progress.
Yeah.
Still working on that.
Yeah.
But the younger ones, they love it.
Yeah.
Trevor gets a kick out of Landon.
Yeah.
Always finds him when we first get there to talk to him.
Yeah. I remember you telling me stories about how you trying to influence your sons now.
Yeah, trying to be a good role model. Show them that even though you kind of make mistakes, you can always come back from them. And I guess my mistakes are a little bigger than most people's, but I think I've made strides in showing them how to be, how to act, I guess, and how to make a comeback, I guess. And,
Sure.
And the one thing I always strive the most is like is the way you treat your wife, or that was even before I started to follow Jesus again. That was my number one thing. Is I want my kids to think, wow, my dad really loves my mom
Yeah.
and treats her well. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, how's God been using you at the workplace, Jacob?
well, at the workplace, it's really funny. I have a few people there that I've been talking to, and sometimes if they're in a bad mood, they don't accept it. But I got one girl, she's got 3 boys, and I've been talking to her for a few months now, and she seems pretty receptive. Still not on board to come to church yet, but
Sure.
just telling her little things that's happened with me, just how we've been through so much together, and explain to her because she's not had much luck, and I'm trying not to let her give up on love because it's there. So
Yeah.
and I got another girl the same way, so I've been trying to show everybody, just not by talking to them maybe, but by the way I live and the way that I carry myself at work.
Yeah. Yeah. And have you had opportunities around?
My sisters.
Yeah.
Well, one of them, she's come to church a couple of times, and she said she really likes it, but her boyfriend isn't on board with the whole thing, so I think it kind of like gets her down about, like, she doesn't want to go because he doesn't want to go.
Sure.
I'm just like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's up to you. I'm not going to force you. But
So what makes you want to be faithful and serve God now? Because I know it hasn't always been that way. So what's the difference?
I was raised Catholic, so it's a big difference in the churches.
Sure.
And I don't know, just the atmosphere at Harvest, it's welcoming, and you feel like it's not just like the same thing every time. Every service is different, and you never know what it's going to be, and it seems more relatable.
Yeah.
And I like that.
I get a fulfillment out of it. I come to church and I'll be tired, and then I'll leave here, and I'll be I don't know, I guess pumped up, got you're spiritually fed.
Sure.
And even doing my daily devotionals and stuff like that, it's just, I don't know, it's a good feeling. And it's a feeling that I had missed for a long time.
Cool. Now, where do you think you would be without God at this point in your life?
We'd be divorced.
Probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Because if things didn't change, like I had told him, like, this is the last time.
Yeah.
Like, I can't keep doing it. I won't. I was like, we have 4 kids. It's just too much.
Yeah.
So, and I'd probably be in jail still, so.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, but yeah, it's where I feel like it was going, so.
I know,
Yeah.
we spend more time as a family together now. Like, before,
Yeah.
he would miss out on stuff because he didn't want to go, whether it's because of things that happened beforehand where we got into a fight, and I was just like, I'm going without you then. You can just stay here.
Yeah. Okay. So, what would you tell people that find themselves in a similar situation as you guys?
I guess stick it out, really. But it takes, I guess, a little bit of give and take on both sides and a lot of fighting. Not fighting with each other, but just fighting. I mean, it still is. It's still a struggle. Daily, and sometimes she'll be down and I'll just tell her, we got to have faith and, it'll all work out. And it does. But
Our biggest thing is God provides.
yeah, it's,
Tell it to each other all the time.
Yep.
I'm just like, well, I don't know what we're going to do. And he's like, God provides.
yep, God
And I'm like,
provides for
He
those.
does. Every time, somehow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say the number one thing is just stick it out and work together. If you really do love the person, then you need to stick it out and fight it out, because it's definitely worth it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing your life and opening up a little bit. I know this is a little bit out of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
but I know you're going to encourage someone out there, and it'll be an awesome thing. And we appreciate your family. We love you. We love picking on your kids, okay? And we're so happy that you're part of Harvest, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.